x minus a whole power 2n. Okay. So this binomial theorem, from this chapter we get two long questions. From first 7 questions we can get one long question, and remaining questions we can get one more long question. So completely 2 7 are 14 marks. After that, 1 2 marks question also is there for the exam purpose. So how to solve this problem? First, given that P is sum of odd terms of the expansion of x plus a whole power n, and Q is also sum of even terms of the expansion of x plus a whole power n. First of all, what is the expansion of x plus a whole power n? So, I am going to write what is x plus a whole power n. X plus a whole power n expansion is what? Generally, in the binomial theorem, nc0 into first term power n into second term power 0 plus nc1 into x power n minus 1 into a power n plus nc2 into x power n minus 2 into a power 2 plus so and so. Okay. So, what is the last term? Plus ncn x power 0 a power m, and before that ncn minus 1 x power 1 a power n minus 1 so and so. This is the expansion. So, in this, what are the odd terms? The first one and third one so and so are the odd terms. So, I am writing it at nc0 x power n a power 0 plus nc2 x power n minus 2a square plus so and so. These are the odd terms. Odd terms means first term, third term, fifth term, so and so. Those are called odd terms. Next, remaining are second term. Second term means nc1 x power n minus 1 into a power 1 plus next to nc3 x power n minus 3 into a power 3 plus so and so. So those are the even terms. Okay, did you get clarity? First term, third term, so and so are taken as odd terms. So this is what? Sum of odd terms. So this is sum of odd terms. And what about plus? Remaining, this is sum of even terms. Am I right? So already in the question given that the sum of odd terms means capital P and plus means plus, sum of even terms means capital Q. So we got it as x plus a whole power n is equal to P plus Q. Okay. Now let us going to solve one by one. What is the first one? P square minus Q square. Okay. Sorry. Before that, x plus a whole power n equal to, we got it P plus Q. Am I right? Similarly, we can get x minus a whole power n equal to what? We can get P minus Q. Okay. So this we got it. So now take first one. What is the first one? LHS. LHS is P square minus Q square. Can we write this in the form of a square minus b square? So can we write a plus b into a minus b formation? Means P plus Q into P minus Q formation. It's a small question, but question look like it is a difficult, but it is not difficult. See this. What is P plus Q? From first to P plus Q means x plus a whole power n. X plus a whole power n into P minus Q. P minus Q means what? From second, P minus Q means x minus a whole power n. See here, both powers are same, so we can multiply the numbers. So x minus a into x plus a into x minus a whole power n. Okay. Now in the form of a plus b into a minus b is equal to what? A square minus b square and whole power n as this. Got it RHS or not? Is called RHS. So by taking LHS and simplifying, we got it RHS. First one is proved. Next. Okay. Next to second one. For to prove second one, I am taking RHS, right hand term. So what is right hand term? X plus a power 2n plus x minus a whole power 2n. So RHS is equal, now x plus a whole power 2n I am writing as x plus a power n and whole power 2. Can we write like this or not? Yes. Next, similarly, x minus a whole power 2n also I am writing as x minus a whole power n whole power 2. So now in both, what is x plus a whole power n? X plus a whole power n means P plus Q. So instead of this one we can write P plus Q, and it has square as it is. Next to plus, similarly x minus a means P minus Q and square. Simplify this, what do we get? Automatically we get 4pq. Am I right or not? Check it. A plus b whole square. A square plus 2 b square plus 2ab and plus a square plus b square minus 2ab. See, I think something is wrong. I think question, sorry, not plus, this is minus. So it is minus, minus, minus. So minus half. So in the left hand side, as easily p square plus q square plus 2pq, and this will be minus p square minus q square minus into minus plus 2pq. So automatically minus p square plus q square minus q square cancel. 2pq plus 2pq, 4pq. Got it LHS? Yes. By taking RHS simplifying, we got it RHS. Hence proved. Hence proved. This is the solution. Is it easy or not? Just to write the expansion of x plus a whole power n and write the what are the odd terms, what are the even terms. Sum of odd terms taken as p, sum of our even terms taken as q. Similarly, x minus a whole power n can be written as p minus q. So take first one LHS and simplify, we get answer. Take second one, take RHS and simplify, we get the answer. Okay. Shall we go to next problem? Okay. Please subscribe and click bell button to get more videos. Next, 14th problem. Prove that C0 CR plus C1 CR plus 1 plus so and so plus Cn minus R Cn is equal to 2n Cn plus R. And hence deduce that first one C0 square plus C1 square plus C2 square so and so plus Cn square is equal to 2n Cn. Second one C0 C1 plus C1 into C2 plus so and so plus Cn minus 1 into Cn is equal to 2n Cn plus 1. Okay. First we should prove first one. This is a major condition. From that we can prove remaining 1 and 2. Okay. What do you mean by C0 CR C1 CR plus 1? This is nothing but NC0 NCR NC1 NCR plus 1. Okay now. In the shortcutly they written like this, but no problem. We can understand that that is nothing but NC0. So this is NCR. Okay. Solution. First of all, I would like to write the expansion of 1 plus x whole power n. So in the binomial theorem using, what is the 1 plus x whole power n expansion? NC0 1 power n into x power 0 plus NC1 1 power n minus 1 into x power 1 plus NC2 1 power n minus 2 into x power 2 plus so and so plus NCn 1 power n into 1 power 0 into x power n. So simplify this again. Okay, as I told you, NC0 nothing but simply C0. X1 power n means 1, x power 0 means 1. So no need to write. Plus NC1 means simply we can write C1 x plus C2 x square plus so and so. So in middle term also we can write what we can write in middle term generally. So can I write middle term? Yes. NC r 1 power n minus r into x power r plus so and so plus NCn 1 power 0 into x power n. So and so plus CR x power r plus so and so NCn means Cn x power n. Is it clear? Of course, if you want one more term also we can write. What is the next term after rth term? Will be CR plus 1 into x power r plus 1 plus so and so plus Cn x power n, equation 1. Okay. So this is 1 plus x whole power n. Similarly, if you write x plus 1 whole power n, this also we can get same situation. How can we write NC0 x power n into 1 power 0 plus NC1 x power n minus 1 into, okay, can I write? Okay, no problem, I am writing. NC0 x power n into 1 power 0 plus NC1 x power n minus 1 into 1 power 1 plus NC2 into x power n minus 2 into 1 power 2 plus so and so. In middle term, NCR, middle term means not exactly middle term. So general term, simply general term, NCR n minus r into 1 power r plus NCR plus 1 into x power n minus half r plus 1 into 1 power r plus 1 plus so and so NC n x power n into 1 power 0. Okay, so this is minus r minus 1, this is r minus 1. Sorry, plus 1 only. Okay, don't think about that. Next to simplification, c0 x power n plus c1 x power n minus 1 plus c2 x power n minus 2 plus so and so. The middle term is cr x power n minus r plus cr plus 1 x power n minus n is decreasing. So n minus half r plus 1. So plus so and so plus cn x power n. This is equation 2. So now I'm going to multiply this 1 and 2. So multiplying 1 and 2. Then what it will become what? Multiplying first 2. 1 plus x whole power n into x plus 1 whole power n is equal. What is the first equation? Yes. c0 plus c1x plus c2x square plus so and so plus cr x power r plus cr plus 1 x power r plus 1 plus so and so into, I don't like to write last term, no problem. Okay, if you want to write down. Cn x power n into, what is the next second equation? C0 x power n plus c1 x power n minus 1 plus so and so cr x power n minus r plus cr plus 1 x power n minus r plus 1 plus cn x power n so and so. So this is the multiplication. Now observe, here generally we can observe and write the answer, nothing. See, we should get to C0 into CR term. When do we get C0 into CR term? C0 into CR term. So we can get C0 into CR into x power n minus r. So x power n minus r term is the C0 into CR. Okay, this will be we get by equating x power n minus r coefficient. Similarly, same as usually we can get, if you multiply c1x into next to cr plus 1 x power n minus r plus 1, again we can get x power n minus r coefficient too. Similarly, c2x square into then next term. So what do we can observe here? Equating x power n minus r coefficients on both sides. Then what do we get? In the left side we can get directly 2ncn plus 1 r you can get. 2ncn plus 1 r you can get. In the right hand side we can get c0 into cr. Next c1 into cr plus 1. Next so and so we can get cn minus r into cn. I told you directly we can write the answer by comparing. So 1 plus x whole power n x plus 1 means which is equal to 1 plus x whole power 2n. So power is 2n. So we can get in this 2n cn plus 1 is the x power n minus r coefficient. Sir, how? Just nothing. So directly we can write the answer simply. So got it? First one. What we want to get, that got it. Therefore, C0 CR plus C1 CR plus 1 plus so and so plus Cn minus R into Cn is equal to 2n Cn plus n plus R. So hence proved first one. Got it? Yes, got it. Hence proved. Next, not completed. Sorry, one more question is there. First one is what? So equation 1 I'm taking. Equation 3. Got it answer. For first problem, to get to C0 square, C1 square, C2 square, observe here. If R equal to 0, if you take C0 into C0, it becomes C0 square. If R equal to 0, take C1 into C0 plus 1, C1. That's right. Take R equal to 1 in equation 3. So that implies C0 into C0 plus C1 into CR plus 1 means C0 plus 1 means C1 plus so and so. CR equal to 0 means Cn into Cn is equal to 2n Cn plus R equal to 0. So that implies C0 into C0, C0 square, C1 into C1, C1 square plus C2 into C2 square, C2 square, so and so. Cn into Cn, Cn square is equal to 2n Cn. Okay. First one also completed. Next for second one, what we can substitute? Okay, for second one, take R equal to 1 in equation 3. Am I right? R equal to 1. So R equal to 1 means it becomes C0 into C1. Am I getting C0 into C1? Yes. C1 into C1 plus 1, 2. C1 into C2. So substitute r equal to 1. So we get to C0 into C1 plus C1 into C1 plus 1 plus so and so Cn minus 1 into Cn is equal to 2n Cn plus r means 1. So therefore, one more step, C0 into C1 plus C1 into C2 plus so and so Cn minus 1 into Cn is equal 2n Cn plus 1 is the answer. That's it. Very simple. Just to use the small technique. That's it. So that's why here in this chapter we need more practice. Okay. By simply if you easily we can understand, easily we can remember a small steps. Okay. The major thing is applying binomial theorem. What is a binomial theorem? NC0 first term power n, x power second term power 0 plus reduce and decreasing. Okay. In part 1 I told you what is binomial theorem also. So in this way we can find it. Is it clear? Okay. Shall we go to the next problem? Okay. Okay, next to 15th question. After this, one important question is there. Okay. Before that, 15th one. Using binomial theorem, prove that 50 power n minus 49n minus 1 is divisible by 49 square for all positive integer n. Actually, we can prove this by mathematical induction. In maths 1A we did this sum in this type of models. But in binomial theorem also, applying binomial theorem also, we can prove whether it is divisible by 49 square or not. How? See, solution. First, what is that? 50 power n minus 49n minus 1. So, which is equal to, can we write 50 power n as 1 plus 49 power n, am I right? And minus 49n minus 1 as this. See, this is in the formation of 1 plus x whole power n. Am I right? 1 plus x power n. So, which is called NC0 1 power n into 49 power 0 plus NC1 1 power n minus 1 into 49 power 1 plus NC2 1 power n minus 2 into 49 power 2 plus so and so finally NCn 1 power n into 49 power 0 minus 49n minus 1 as it is. So just apply 1 plus x whole power n. Okay na? At side since write down if you want 1 plus x whole power n is equal NC0 okay NC0 1 power n into x power 0 plus so and so formula write down. Next simplify. NC0 means what? Simply 1. So 1 into 1 power n means 1 only. 49 power 0 means 1 only. So we get 1 plus NC1 means what? Simply we get n only. So n into 49 plus NC2 means what? Okay, something we can get. No need to simplify. NC2 49 n square we can write. Next term is NC3 49 cube. So and so the last one is NCn. Sorry, this is 1 power 0 49 power n. So 49 power n minus 49n minus 1. See, this is plus 1, this is minus 1. So both will be cancelled. Am I right? 1 minus 1 0. This is 49n no. This is 49 minus 49n no. Cancel. So what are the remaining? 49 square. Okay. Just two steps only we can complete. NC2 into 49 square plus NC3 into 49 cube plus so and so plus NCn into 49 power n. So can we take 49 square common? Yes. In every term 49 square is common. Then remaining is NC2 plus NC3 into 49 plus so and so plus NCn into 49 power n minus 2. So finally we took 49 n square is common. So what about this 50 power n minus 49 minus 1 is equal to 49 square into something. So this is written as 49 square into something, means this is 100% divisible by 49 square. Okay, so which is called 49 square into some p. Okay, into a cube. 49 square into some cube. Okay, where q is NC2 plus NC3 49 plus so and so. Okay, integer. It is an integer. So 50 power n minus 49 minus 1 means some 49 square into q. Therefore, we can say that 54n minus 49n minus 1 is divisible by 49 square. Okay, hence proved by binomial theorem is the answer. Got it? Very simple. Let me take one more question. So please note down, make a notes. Okay, next 16th problem. Okay, this is important problem. After this 17th also very most important. It is a small problem. This is also, if n is a positive integer, x is a non-zero real number, then prove that c0 plus c1 into x by 2 plus c2 into x square by 3 plus so and so cn into x power n by n plus 1 is equal 1 plus x whole power n plus 1 minus 1 by n plus 1 into x. Okay, so LHS is c0 plus c1 into x by 2 plus c2 into x square by 3 plus so and so plus cn into x power n by n plus 1. I told you c0 means what? nc0. c1 means what? nc1. c2 means what? nc2. Can I write like that? Okay. So nc0 plus nc1 by 2 into x plus nc2 by, okay, I'm writing as nc1 into x by 2 plus nc2 into x square by 3 plus so and so plus ncn into x power n by n plus 1. See, what is the RHS? So we should get RHS. In that RHS, the denominator must be n plus 1 into x. Okay. So how can we get n plus 1 into x? By, so just simply by multiplying divided by n plus 1x. So multiplying and dividing by n plus 1 into x, only right hand side. Okay, this is called, so we get n plus 1 into x by, so I am writing as simply 1 by n plus 1 into x. So I divided this term and multiply. So multiply to each and every term. So n plus 1 into x into nc0 plus n plus 1 into x into nc1 x by 2 plus n plus 1 into x into nc2 into x square by 3 plus so and so plus n plus 1 into x into ncn into x power n by n plus 1. So I just multiplied with n plus 1x and divided with 1 by n plus 1x. So 1 by n plus 1x keep as it is, no need to change. But here n plus 1 into nc0, n plus 1 into nc0, next x is there. Next n plus 1 into nc1 and by 2 I am writing here into x square. Okay, I just writing in perfect order. Next n plus 1 into nc2, n plus 1 into nc2 and by 3 I am writing here, and x into x square x cube. So plus so and so. Here also n plus 1 into ncn and by n plus 1 I am writing here by n plus 1 into x power n plus 1. Okay. See, in each and every term 1 by n plus 1 into x, n plus 1 into nc0 can be written as n plus 1 c1, n plus 1 c1. Next n plus, sorry, x also we should write n plus 1 c1 and x also we should write. Next n plus 1 by 2 into nc1 can be written as n plus 1 c2. Okay, one term is increasing into x square. So this is also, instead of n plus 1 by 3 into nc2 can be written as n plus 1 c3 and x square. So totally this means n plus 1 c3. Okay, that is a formula. So similarly so and so, here also we can write n plus 1 c n plus 1 into x power n plus 1. Okay, got it. Next, what is required? See, this look like in the formation of n plus 1 c0, but n plus 1 c0 is not available unfortunately. Okay, we can create. Then second term is there, n plus 1 c1x, n plus 1 c2 x square so and so, n plus 1 c n plus 1 x power n plus 1. All terms are there, but in the starting term 1 is not available. That's why I am adding 1 and subtracting 1. Okay, since adding and subtracting 1. Is it clear? Must write the note since right side. Then in the future we can understand why 1 is written here, why minus 1 is written here. Okay, so don't think n plus 1 nc0 means 1. It's not correct. N plus 1 nc0 means n plus 1 c1. X means x. Okay, continuationally I have written. Only after writing expansion of this above step to this bottom step, clearly I have written, and 1 is added, 1 is subtracted. Why I have added? So in the next step 1 means we can understand that is a n plus 1 c0. So which is equal to 1 by n plus 1 into x. So it can be written as n plus 1 c0. So the next step is n plus 1 c1x. Next to n plus 1 c2x square. So and so plus n plus 1 c n plus 1 x power n plus 1 minus 1. Minus 1 means 1. So from here to here, this is the expansion of 1 plus x whole power n plus 1 and minus 1 as it is. So and by n plus 1x as it is. See, got it, RHS? Yes. So LHS is equal RHS is equal RHS. Hence, prove is the solution. Got it? Very simple problem. Okay, na? There is no risk. Just you should practice more times, because of many times we should remember some small techniques. So to remember the small technique means if you practice or if you listen at it only single time, there is no chance to remember up to examination time. So in the middle we should prepare, then you can easily write in the examination. Okay, and just two problems are there, so then we can complete this chapter. Okay, 18 long questions we are discussing in this chapter. Shall we go to next problem? Please note down. Okay, see the next problem, 17th one. So then after one more question, 18th, then we can complete the long questions. So 17th one is, if the coefficient of x power 10 in the expansion of ax square plus 1 by bx whole power 11 is equal to the coefficient of x power minus 10 in the expansion of ax minus 1 by bx square whole power 11, then find the relation between a and b. Okay, so how can we do this problem? Very simple. First we should find what is coefficient of x power 10 of the first expansion. Okay, first to do that. Similarly, we can find x power minus 10 coefficient of the second expression. After finding these two coefficients, equate them and simplify, we can get the relation. Okay, first what is the given condition? So first term is given that ax square plus 1 by bx whole power 11. This is a term. So in this term, n means 11, whole power n means 11. Okay, so general term I am going to find, that is tr plus 1th term, taken as tr plus 1th term. What is the formula? ncr into first term power n minus r into second term power r. Actually this is the general formula, second term. So here n means what? 11. So 11 cr into first term what? ax square and whole power n minus r. N minus means what? N means 11 minus r means r only, because of we don't know what is r value, but we can find into second term. What is second term? 1 by bx whole power r means r only. Okay, next, which is called 11 cr a power 11 minus r, a power 11 minus r into x power 2 into 11 minus r, 2 into 11 minus r. So 2 into 11 minus r means 22 minus 2r into 1 by bx power r. So 1 by b means what? We can write b power minus 1. 1 by x means x power minus 1. So b power minus 1 into r minus r, x power minus 1 into r minus r. Simply. So which is called 11 cr a power 11 minus r into b power minus r into x power. See, bases are same and it is in multiplication, so powers can be added. So 22 minus 2r minus r becomes minus 3r. So this is the general term of the first expansion. But we want to x power 10 coefficient. Am I right? Which term we want? Coefficient of x power 10. But this is x power 22 minus 3r so and so term. So if you get 22 minus 3r plus 10, then we can get the coefficient. So power of need power 10. So that implies 22 minus 3r must be equal to 10. When it becomes 10, at the value of some r value, how can we find? See, minus 3r equal 10 minus 22. So minus 3r equal to minus 12. So minus minus cancel, 3 1 ja 3 4 ja, r equal to 4. So if you substitute r equal to 4 in this, we can get x power 10 coefficient. So r equal to 4. Substitute r equal to 4. So then it is equal 11c4 a power 11 minus 4 into b power minus 4 into x power 22 minus 3r means 10 only. So this is the x power 10 coefficient. Okay. So which is equal 11c4 into a power 11 minus 4 how much? 7 into b power minus 4 into x power 10. Got it? So therefore x power 10 coefficient is equal what? 11c4 into a power 7 into b power minus 4. Equation 1. Next, similarly, take second expansion. Okay, na? What is the second expansion? Ax minus 1 by bx square whole power 11. So in this also, what is the general formula? General formula is tr plus 1. Let I am taking tr plus 1 equal ncr into first term power n minus r into second term power r. So applying this formula, so tr plus 1 we can get as nc for r. N means here also luckily 11. So 11cr into first term, that is ax power n minus r means 11 minus r into second term minus 1 by bx square whole power r. So second term is minus is there. So that's why write down minus 1 by bx square whole power r. So which is equal, simplifying this, 11cr a power 11 minus r into x power also 11 minus r into minus 1 power r minus 1 power r into 1 by b is there here also. 1 by b means b power minus 1. Minus 1 into r minus r. And 1 by x square is there. That means 1 by x square means x power minus 2. So x power minus 2 into r, x power minus 2 r. Now which is called minus 1 power r into 11cr into a power 11 minus r into b power minus r into x power. Here 11 powers should be added in multiplication. Minus r minus 2r is minus 3r. So now the power must be equal to minus 10 because of we need the power 10. Sorry, minus 10. So need power minus 10. That implies 11 minus 3r must be minus 10. So simplify this, minus 3r equal minus 10. 11 centimeters becomes minus 11. Minus 3r equal minus 21. Minus minus cancel, 3 7 get 21. So r equal to 7. So therefore substitute r equal to 7 in above term. So then t r plus 1 means t 7 plus 1 equal minus 1 power 7 into 11c7 into a power 11 minus 7 into b power minus 7 into x power 11 minus 3r means what? What? Minus 10. Okay. So which is equal minus 1 power 7 means minus 11c7 a power 4 into b power minus 7 into x power minus 10. So therefore coefficient of x power minus 10 is minus 11c7 into a power 4 into b power minus 7. Equation 2. Okay. Almost all we have completed the problem. See, first he asked if coefficient of x power 10 is equal to coefficient of x power minus 10. So to equating them, first of all, what are the coefficient of x power 10? That is 11c4 a power 7 and b power. After calculating, we got it. And what is the x power minus 10 coefficient? Okay, we find it. So now equating those two because of those two are equal in the question given. So up to here, okay? Can I remove this question? Okay. So next, according to the question, so given that in the question coefficient of x power 10 is equal coefficient of x power minus 10. Okay. means first and second equal. So from first one 11c4 into a power 7 into b power minus 4 is equal to minus 11c7 into a power what is that 4 into b power 7. Okay, this is 7 not minus 1. Simplifying this we can get the answer. Almost these two are equal. Permutation combination we have learned n equal to r plus 1. Otherwise do 11c4 means 11 factorial by 11 minus 4 factorial into 4 factorial, and a power 7 by b power 4 is equal to minus 11c7 means 11 factorial by 11 minus 7 factorial into 7 factorial, and a power 4 into b power 7 is not minus 7, sorry, it is minus 7. So becomes by b power 7. See both side 11 factorial cancel. Simplify this. A power 4, a power 7 means 3 is there. So we get a cube. By b power 7 means we get 3 b cube. And here 11 minus 4 means 7 factorial and 4 factorial. Here numerator nothing, denominator 4 factorial into 7 factorial. This also gets cancelled. So minus. So b cube send left side, a cube into b cube equal minus 1. Then ab whole cube equal minus 1. So taking cube root on both sides, we can get ab equal to minus 1. So this is the relation between a and b. Complete. What it answer? Therefore, relation between a and b is ab equal to minus 1. This is the answer. Okay. And last one more small problem is there. Then we can complete this chapter. Are you clear? So this is a better way to practice, better way to get good score in intermediate mathematics. Not only Maths 2A, Maths 2B class is also available, and Maths 1A, Maths 1B 10th class also available. Please share with your those students who required our classes. So you are the person who helps your friends if you share our classes. Okay, last 18th problem. Suppose that capital I and capital F are integral part and fractional part of 7 plus 4 root 3 whole power n. Then show that first one, I is an odd integer. Second one, I plus capital F into 1 minus capital F is equal to 1. Okay, so this is the question. What do you mean by integral part and fractional part? Suppose 3.12405 is there. Here 3 is called integral part and the decimal part is called fractional part. That's it. But here in the question, what is given? 7 plus 4 root 3 whole power n expansion law. In this expansion, there is I and F. So therefore, solution. So indirectly given that capital I plus capital F equal 7 plus 4 root 3 whole power n. Is it clear? First step. 7 plus 4 root 3 whole power n means it is some part 2. So that whole part consists of fractional part and integral part. So in that integral part I, fractional part F. Okay. For example, 3.12 is there now. So 3 plus 0.12. So this is I integral part, this is fractional part. If you add these two, you get whole number. Whole number means not whole number, total number. So let us take this is as equation 1. Next, let us say take 7 minus 4 root 3. So what will be the 7 minus 4 root 3 condition? And what will be the 7 plus 4 root 3 condition? See, 4 root 3 is 4 root 3. 4 root 3 means here we should do some exercise. Exercise means brain exercise. 4 root 3 square what? 4 4 is 16. Root 3 into root 3 3. 16 3 is 48. So 4 root 3 means 48. Is 48 lies between which two perfect numbers? 48 between perfect numbers. Perfect numbers means 1, 4, 9, 25, 36, 49, 64, so and so. These are perfect numbers. 48 lies between which two numbers? Yes, very good. 36 and 49. 36 and 49. So now taking square root, 6. 48 square root automatically 4 root 3 and 49 square root is automatically 7. So 4 root 3 lies between 6 and 7. Am I right? Okay. For your more convenience, I am writing from here. 48 is lies between 36 and 49. Sir, why did you take this sentence? Because of 48 means since 4 root 3 square is equal to 48. I have to express this 4 root 3 about the limits of 4 root 3. So, we can limit it. So, x square less than 4 root 3 whole square less than 7 square. So, 6 less than 4 root 3 less than 7. So, if you multiply with minus, then automatically minus 6 greater than minus 4 root 3 greater than minus 7. Whenever the symbol is multiplied by minus, less than become greater than becomes less than. Here less than is there, so that's why it becomes greater than. Okay. For example, suppose 3 is less than 4. Am I right? If you multiply with minus, it becomes minus 3, it becomes minus 4. But which is bigger, either minus 3 or minus 4? Yes, very good. Minus 3 is big. So minus 3 greater minus 4. That's why if you multiply with negative, symbols will be changed. So I am writing in order minus 7 less than, minus 4 root 3 less than, minus 6. Okay. So I am adding 7 on both sides. So 7 minus 7 less than, 7 minus 4 root 3 less than, 7 minus 6. Okay. What we did? Add 7. Multiply by minus. Next. 7 minus 7, 0. So 0 less than, 7 minus 4 root 3 less than 1. So this I am taking as small f. So let small f equal 7 minus 4 root 3. Then 0 less than small f less than 1. So this is one more condition. See once again. Okay. And moreover, see what is f? F is an fractional part. F is fractional part means f value is some 0 point something so and so. F is 0 point some so and so means what? F value also lies between 0 and 1. Okay. And here I am writing, and capital F is 0 less than capital F less than 1. This is equation 2. Why I have written? Since capital F is integral part means it is a decimal part. That means its value is 0 point so and so. So that's why F also between 0 and 1. So F is 0 less than capital F less than 1. Equation 2. So equation 3 this is. Now adding this 2 and 3. Equation 1 plus equation 2 I am doing. What is the equation 1? 0 less than capital F less than 1. What is the equation 2? 0 less than small f less than 1. Adding this to 0 plus 0, 0 less than f plus f, f plus f less than 1 plus 1, 2. So this value is lies between 0 and 2. So what is the value of that f plus f? What is in between 0 and 2? 1. So that implies what we can say, capital F plus small f equals small 1. Finally, we got it. Small f equal to, so if we f send right side becomes 1 minus capital F equal to small f. Equation 4. Just write down, keep it. Next, take first one. For this first one, I is an integer, we should prove. What is capital F? I plus f is 7 plus 4 root 3. Okay? Think it. We should simplify this. Okay? For first one, I am going to prove. To prove first one, I am taking, first of all, I am going to find a capital I plus f and small f. Already capital I plus f means we know, small f means also we know. Okay, small f means 7 minus 4 root 3. Capital I plus f means 7 plus 4 root 3. Okay. Here also we can increase power n. Why? it is between capital F plus small f also lies between 0 less than f less than 1. If you power n raise, f power n can be taken as 1 power n. So here also we can take power n, let f equal to 7 minus root 3 power n. Otherwise, sorry for inconvenience, here only. So f equal to 7 minus 4 root 3 whole power n I am taking, let. Okay. First I plus f equals 7 plus 4 root 3 power n, that is written from the question. Next immediately f value lies between 0 and 1. And next immediately I assumed small f equal to 7 minus 4 root 3 whole power n. So now first step, second step, third step, next fourth, fifth, sixth, so and so. Otherwise I am writing here instead of this, instead of that, let small f equal 7 minus 4 root 3 whole power n. 7 minus 4 root 3 whole power n. So now take first one. I am adding first one and second one. 1 and 2 adding. 7 plus 4 root 3 whole power n. 7 plus 4 root 3 whole power n plus 7 minus 4 root 3 whole power n. See, in this expansion, binomial theorem apply. How can you apply? N is there. NC 0 into 7 power n into 4 root 3 power 0 plus NC 1 into 7 power n minus 1 into 4 root 3 power 1 plus NC 2 into 7 power n minus 2 into 4 root 3 power 2 plus so and so. This is about first one, and plus, and for next one NC 0 7 power n into 4 root 3 power 0 minus NC 1 7 power n minus 1 into 4 root 3 power 1 plus so and so. Okay, finally we can get cancel the second term and fourth term. So same terms repeated 2 times. So we get 2 into NC 0 into 7 power n into 4 root 3 power 0 means 1 only. So next to NC 2 7 power n minus 2 into 4 root 3 whole square means, okay, something 4 root 3 whole square plus so and so. But whatever, finally we are getting 2 into something. 2 into something means let m 2 into q. So it is even number, even integer. Finally we are getting even integer, which is equal I plus capital F plus small f equal even integer. Okay. Now, what is capital plus small f? Capital F plus small f is 1 from equation 4. So I capital F plus small f is 1. Then I equal to 1 center right side. So even integer minus 1. So even integer minus 1 means what? See, for example, 4 is a even integer. 4 minus 1 how much? 3. For example, even integer 10. 10 minus 1 how much? 9. What is 9? Odd. So even integer minus 1 if you do, you get odd integer. So I equal to odd integer. Got it? Hence prove. Okay. Very simple. Not simple. It's a little bit difficult. Because of in this chapter is we should remember the some key points. Here what we have to remember? First to take given I plus f equal to 7 plus 4 root 3. So immediately f means fraction part, so it lies between 0 and 1. Immediately let assume. So this we have to remember. Assume small f equals 7 minus 4 root 3 whole power n. What is minus 4 root 3? 7 minus 4 root 3 is between 0 and 1. How can we prove? Like so and so steps. We can prove. So after proving that, we can say that 0 less than f less than 1. From second condition, 0 less than capital F less than 1. From third condition, 0 less than small f less than 1. Adding these two, we can get 0 less than capital F plus small f less than 2. That means capital F small f value is 1. Okay. So now for first one adding these two sentences and simplify, we get answer. Next for the second one, okay, up to here completed. Okay. Next going to prove second one. Next to second one, for second one, I am taking direct LHS, I plus f into 1 minus f is equal. What is I plus f? I plus f means, yes, we know already 7 plus 4 root 3 whole power n into what is 1 minus f? 1 minus f means nothing but small f. So which is equal 7 plus 4 root 3 whole power n, and small f means 7 minus 4 root 3 whole power n. So power is same, so we can multiply 7 plus 4 root 3 into 7 minus 4 root 3 and whole power n as it is. So a plus b into a minus b whole square. So a square minus 4 root 3 whole square whole power n. 7 square means 49, 4 root 3 whole square means 48 whole power n. So it becomes 1 power n, becomes 1. So I plus capital F into 1 minus capital F is equal to 1. Got it? Hence proved. So this is the solution. These are the 7 marks questions. Okay. So that's why give more practice for these problems to remember, to write well in the examination, to get good score. So all important questions I specified, and all 7 marks questions, what are the 4 marks questions, what are the 2 marks questions, I clearly separated and according to the concept wise and important wise. And you may get doubt, sir, these problems are enough to examinations. Enough. These are most enough. If you complete my all classes, intermediate maths 2A, 100% you can get 75 marks. But small condition is only in 2 marks you should take more risk, because of in 7 marks we have choice. So definitely out of 7, maximum 6, if luckily 7, hardly 5. Definitely we can get. In 4 marks also like that we have a choice, but in 2 marks we don't have choice. That's why in 2 marks we just take care about 75 out of 75 students. So thank you for watching my classes. So but must subscribe, I mean must click bell button, please click like button if you like, and also give comments. According to that I can follow, I can make other videos. Thank you. For 2 marks questions, please watch next part, that is binomial theorem part 4 by Nagaraju sir. Then you can get 2 marks questions also. In single video I will make the all 2 marks questions in part 4. Okay.